So hi folks, you are watching Sing Dev Insights, and in this playlist we are covering daily lead code challenges. And today we are gonna cover another lead code challenge that is for 2nd of March 2024. And so without taking much time, let's continue on to the problem. You can see today's lead code challenge problem is an easy one, and the problem name is squares of a sorted array. And yeah, before taking much time, let's jump onto the problem. And one thing I would like to mention are the motive of solving here daily lead code challenges is not just to get to the solution, but also when we are dealing with the problems, making sure that I'm telling you insights of particular programming language that we are using, or any like the how you should write code, and making sure it is readable, and making sure it's optimized, and making sure that if this question comes into your interview, or any questions comes to your interview, how you should approach a problem and what should be your way. So I'll take it in that mechanism. So before taking that much time, let's go into the problem. Okay, so as we see, this is a problem with the easy tag squares of a sorted. Before taking much time, that's uh, what this problem statement says. Given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order, return an array of the squares of each number sorted in non-decreasing order. Okay, so what is the first information that we can see? The array is non-decreasing. When it comes to non-decreasing, what is non-decreasing? So here suppose it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems to be a non-decreasing. But if we take 4, 4, that is also considered as a non-decreasing. If the question would have said it's strictly increasing, then this is not a strictly increasing, non-decreasing. But it is non-decreasing, means the consecutive, like the adjacent elements can be equal in this case. So first information is clear to us, it's non-decreasing, and we want to return the square of the each numbers in this sorted in non-decreasing order. Okay, since let's first see what are the constraints. Okay, so now the number can also take the negative values from the second point, and from the first it just tells what are the limits, and yeah, it's the repeated information, the third point. Since the number can also be negative, let's take on to the example. What is the example says? -4, -1, 0, 3, and 10. So this is a array which contains negative elements also. So if I'll sort this, what no, actually it's already sorted. But if I'll actually square the elements and then see the scenario, 0, 9, 100. Now it's not sorted. So means in its natural state it was sorted, but when we did squared it, it became unsorted. Now in order to sort it again, the sorted version will be 9, 16, and 100. So what is the core thing that I see in the problem? The way you should approach it is, we want actually a sorted version. We want a sorted version of array irrespective of num I sign, right? That is the idea. And so I see this problem in this can be think in a two way. We sort the array, sort the given array without considering the sign of elements, and then take the square of this sorted array and return it. This seems to be one of the way in which I think we can solve this problem, as if we will sort the given array without considering sign. So in this case, in the given example, if without considering the sign, what will be the sorted version? -1. If we don't consider the minus here, it will be 3, then it will be -4, and then it will be 10. Now if I do the squares of each, 1, 9, 1600, and I think this is the expected output. So we want to sort this array without considering the signs, and then we want to do the squares of each. Either we can take this approach, but I think we can go the other way also, the one way that I showed you the question with. Like, this is the sorted version. I do the square of these and then sort it. In those cases, the one and two things just the points just changes. So in this, what I want, the same thing, sort the given array here. Since it's already squared, we are not we don't need to think much about the sign because it's already squared. So take this square of this sorted array, and then, so means you can do either way, 1 2 3 or 2 1 3. But I think I'll go with the second one. As why, in the first one, if I want to sort the given array without considering sign, then I may need to use, when I'll be sorting, I may need to use a comparator. If you want to know more about comparator, you can just Google it. I may need to compare the elements without the sign. So I see that as a lot of work just for the easy problem. So we can just square the elements and store it in a new array and then sort it. And when the difference that comes in the sorting operation in the first case and the second one, when I'll be sorting in first case would be like, I want to sort the num, but I want a conditional sorting. So the methods that are available in library don't usually take our custom inputs like this. Like, for example, what I want is the consideration of the absolute values, like comparing based on absolute values. So I would need to write an additional method or a lambda expression or something I need to provide to the sort method, that okay, sort based on this. So that is the thing that I'll need to do extra work in sort here. But in sort in second case, is just I can sort it, means I can sort it when it's already squared. And I can just write without passing on the uh, second argument. I can just write, and it will, this method by default actually do the ascending order sorting. So I think there is less hassle in going with the second way, but I don't say that it's very difficult to go with the first way. But I never would suggest to go with this when you are solving, when you can go the easy way. But I think it's just a personal opinion. So without thinking much, I think we have clarity on the question. We can move on to the writing the code. So for this, I am preferring the Java language, and there is no specific reason why I prefer Java. Like, you can also use C++, Python, but personally I do prefer Java because I use it a lot of time in my job, and it makes me, I feel Java is more readable as compared to other languages, and it gives more readability. And other, I think this is a very hot topic, so I'll not pick up the which language is the better one. So but I this is the one I prefer. So let's go on. What I want first of all in the problem is to consider the what is the length of the array. Now what do we want next is to do the square of the elements and store it somewhere. And I'll be using answer named uh, array variable. And one thing that you need to also remember whenever you are doing such problems in interviews or anywhere, make sure it's a good best, it comes in the best practices that you don't modify the inputs. Always assign it and then perform any operation. So never change the inputs that are given in the problems. Now what we want is we want to iterate, and whenever you're naming the variables, avoid using ijk, as code should be working and optimized, but also it should be readable. And right now I said like n, so as I just said, ijk shouldn't be used, but I did something like using a n. So let's change it to length array, something like this, and assign it here and like this. Now what we want is we'll take answer of current index, and we'll be taking current index, and we want to store the square of the element. Okay. This way we are storing the squares at the particular element, and we are doing it in AND operation. So now next what we want is uh, we want to sort the squares. Now for this, I think Now this will sort the squares, and the loop that we performed was with O of n time complexity, and since that it's the range just goes to 10 to the power 4, we will be fine. And sorting here, I believe it does 8 in time complexity log n. I'm not sure what actually this method that is provided in Java library considers as a inner algorithm, maybe merge sort or quick sort. I need to check, but I remember I think it was merge sort or some quick sort. And in the worst case, also it goes and log n, so you will be fine doing with it with this input like 10 to the power 4. Now I think we can just return the answer. Let's see if it works. Yeah, so I see it's accepted here, but let's make sure runtime with 7 milliseconds. And whenever you are suppose, so here it was an easy problem, but there may be the scenarios like it is a medium or a hard problem. You want to make sure when you go to the discuss section here and go through all the approaches that others have provided, because even in easy question you can learn some concept that you may not be aware by going through some popular websites like Geeks or Geeks. So I would really suggest, like, whenever you're solving problems, always go to the discussion section and look for the various approaches that are being presented there. So I think this was all the problem, and we discussed the approach, how should we approach, and the best practices and the solution. I hope this will help you in your journey. And don't forget to subscribe and like my video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, as whenever I post these videos daily, you will be able to get it uh, as a notification. So yeah, that's all, and I'll see you in the next video.